All right, all right. Hello, everybody. Yes, yes, yes. Let's get it popping. Come on in the house. Welcome to the show. Welcome to Secrets of the Mind of a Man. It's the show. I am your man, KTJ, and this is the show. We're getting it going. Hello, everybody. Today, we got a great topic. 7 reasons why love has not found you yet. All right. This is going to be a great show. So come on in, you guys. Let me know where you guys are watching the show from as we get this show on the road. Let's get it going. Let's get it popping. Let me say hello to some folks. We talking about it today. Why can't I find love? All right. My girl Stephanie is in the building. What's going on, Steph? Hello, hello. She said, what's going on, KTJ? That's my girl. Yes, yes, we getting it going today. You guys come on in the house. Shout out where you guys are watching the show from. Let me know. And then we're gonna get this thing popping. We got a great show here today. So I'm just trying to make sure we pulling everybody up. I want to be able to communicate with our audience here today. So let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So here we go. You guys, welcome to the show. And this is our show. We talk about dating, relationships, and love. And today we're getting into it. Why can't I find love? Toya's in the building watching a dating video so I can learn some pointers. I hear you. I hear ya. I get it. All right. So we're going to get into it. But first, look, if you're watching this through the YouTube app, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Then hit the bell so you don't miss anything. If you're watching this on the YouTube side, on the Facebook side, go ahead and give me that thumbs up. Let the Facebook algorithms know they've been messing up today. They've been messing up today. So let them know that y'all hanging in with your boy today. All right, so let's get into it. Without no delay, we're going to get into it, you guys. 7 reasons why love has not found you yet. Why can't I find love? So let's get into it. And then I'll tell you more about where this topic came from. You guys, today, let's get it going. Number one of the most important reasons. Now, this isn't necessarily the top reason, right? These are not necessarily in order, but they are in order for you to just be able to take notes. All right. So number 1, reasons why love has not found you yet. Why is love so difficult to find? It is in the places where you find yourself spending your time. Look, it's just a fact that you become the places. Like grandma used to say, birds of a feather flock together, right? It's just a fact that like minds spend time in like places. People who love golf, they go off and they play golf and they don't care. Look, my father loves golf and my father it looks cloudy outside. It might be starting to spritz to you, but to him, he's still going to play golf. Why? Because that has become his environment that he loves. That's his space. He knows the people out there. He goes to multiple golf places, clubs. He goes out there and plays. And why does he do this? Because this is where his passions lie, right? So the question is, where do your passions lie? Shonda says, staying in the house. Yeah, that's a problem. That's part of what the problem is right there. If you're staying in the house, you can't find love. And that's just the point. All right. Places. So if you change your places, you increase your opportunities. All right. Number 2, unmotivated. Right. Holy cow. Speaking of staying in the house, right? You can get so comfortable being uncomfortable that you no longer want to go out. You don't want to. I know, look, outside is open, y'all. You can go to the festival. You can go to the events. You can go to all the things that are going on in your town, right? Love Dr. Rob is in the house. I'm going to bring you in just a minute, brother. Look, you can go to all the events in your town. Outside is now open, but you have to be motivated to do it, right? Look, the UPS man is not coming to, he's coming to your house, but guess what? He gonna drop that package off and be out. He might not even ring the bell, right? So you have to be motivated to to get yourself in the place where things are happening, and just to get out of where you are. All right. Look, I told you guys that the time that I was talking to a lady, I told she was passionate about Zumba. I said, get on the plane and go find the Zumba conference, right? Go do the thing you're passionate about, and somebody may see you in that environment and decide, hey, there's somebody who's passionate. Wonder what else she's passionate about. Hello. All right. Number 3, in our 7 reasons why love has not found you yet, why love is so difficult to find. Number 3, poor promotion of the product. Come on, listen, I'm talking to somebody here today. You are the product. If you are trying to get yourself out there and find a buyer for the product, okay, you are the product. The question is, how are you presenting? How are you presenting to your potential buyers, right? And I want to tell you, if you're a lady who's watching this show, I want to tell you, men are always watching. Men are, a man will see you get out the car almost a block away. A man will notice you coming out the store all the way down the street, right? Yes. Are you marketable? Right? Do you understand that you can't go to the supermarket with a silk bonnet on your head and your pajamas? Right? When you get dressed and you go outside and you present and you're in front of people, ask yourself, how am I looking? How do I present? How do I stand up? Am I someone? Do I look like somebody who believes that they're worth taking off the market? All right. That's number 3. Number 4, the 4th reason why love has not found you yet. The road to love is cluttered. The road to love is cluttered, right? Some of y'all got exes that's cluttering the road. You can't get to you. You got boyfriends, you got jump offs, you got side pieces littering the road, right? The person can't get to you because you still stuck on somebody else. You stuck on stupid. So he can't get to you. But if you get serious about it, you're going to have to tell some people goodbye. Some people are in your psychic space. They're taking up your psychological space. Right? No, they're not the one for you, and you should be moving yourself along, right? Because they're taking up your psychological space. When that gets clear, you'll be amazed as to how much clearer things become. If you're done with your ex, be done with your ex. Okay? And if it's not done, fix it. All right? Number 5. The 5th reason why love has not found you yet. 5th reason is timing. Sometimes, look, who over here taking notes? I need somebody taking notes on these. All right. Hey, Melissa. Melissa's in the building. Look, sometimes it's timing. Maybe the reason you haven't found love yet is timing, right? Just hasn't, the time is not right. If you're in school and you got a job and you got kids and you got responsibilities at the church and you got responsibilities in the government and you're trying to run for office and you're trying to do this and you're trying to do that, guess what? You might not have room for a relationship. And if you don't have room for a relationship, guess what? A relationship will not have room for you. Okay. So sometimes it is about timing. Sometimes it's just the time is just off, right? So you shouldn't always be busy. Now, look, I know there's some of y'all who listen to this. You say, yeah, Cal, look, I'm so busy. I'm so busy. I don't have time for this and that. But if the right person come along, I'll make time. Yeah, right. Because the right person ain't going to come along. Look, I know a man who was having a conversation with a single lady, and this guy was a pretty good catch, right? Both of them were good catches. But he looked at the single lady and said to himself, he said to her, he said after she finished telling him, well, I do this, I jump over bushes, I climb trees, I do this for the like she had a long laundry list of stuff she did. When she finished, a man was like, oh, okay, well, you don't have time for me. You don't have time for a relationship. And she was shocked, thinking that he was just going to be able to merge into all of that. Well, some people can't merge into all of that. Sometimes the time is right. It's the timing is off. When the time is on, then it's on. All right. Number 6, the 6th reason that why love may not have found you yet. Self-love. The self-love example. Are you really loving yourself? Do you spend time with yourself, evaluating yourself, enjoying yourself? Look, if I have a client, I tell them, I was talking about this weekend, and my client don't mind me sharing her business. I see you, Monique. What's going on? Monique got a statement over there. All right, look, I told my I was talking about it this weekend about my client has a young man who not a young man, he's an older man. They're both of age, and he was in town. My man said, "I'm coming to town. I'd like to just see you. I don't have a long time, and like we can't spend all day together. I just want to come see you as I go. I got to get out of town, but I wanted to see you before we go." Great, wonderful. He asked her, "Where would you like to meet?" Monique knows what's coming next. Where would you like to meet? She said, Dunkin' Donuts. Now, I don't have a problem with Dunkin' Donuts. I don't have a problem with Dunkin' Donuts. I don't have a problem with, Starbucks, meeting, that sort of thing, right? But I believe that, especially for my ladies out there, the man you want is the man who has to climb up to get you, right? Not saying that you got to be all about the price. You got to be all, pricey on everything. But you should put some thought into what the experience will be like with this individual, right? What's this experience going to be like when because every person that you're in a relationship with, or you got a thing going on with, there's almost like a file, right? And everything builds on everything else. Starting at Dunkin' Donuts is pretty low, right? For some people, I tell them, look, don't have a date. If all you can do is a Dunkin' Donuts date, don't go on a date until you can go on some kind of a proper date, right? But look at it. But listen to this, y'all. My man asked her, "Where can we meet?" and left it up to her. Right? Hey, Gwen, you hear me talking about Dunkin' Donuts? He asked her, where can we meet? And she said Dunkin' Donuts. Well, I said no more Dunkin' Donuts meetings. I told my client, I said, listen, if he wants to be with you, let him meet you downtown at Chez Marais. Okay, you want to have a cup of coffee? Let there be some effort made. Let him see that you're a woman of quality of thought, like you're thinking, and you're just not going to do what's quick and easy for him. But you have a standard that he has to climb up to. All right. So self-love, the example. What example are you setting for the person to come behind you? Do you buy everything off the rack? I mean, do you have anything you ever get tailored, right? Do you have anything do you go any place and ride first class? Have you ever sat in them seats in first class, right? Fly yourself out in first class. Don't wait for somebody else to fly you out in first class. Take yourself to Ruth Chris. Don't wait for somebody else to take you to Ruth Chris. All right? Start treating yourself better, so then you have a path, you have a lane for the person who wants to be in your life to follow. Number 7. Number 7, the 7th reason why love may have not found you yet. Self-confidence. Let me ask you something. What do you really believe about yourself? What do you really believe about yourself? Because I'm telling you, some people got a long list of what it is that they want. But the question is, are you what the list says? Have you met the standard of the list that you have for yourself? Would the person who's on that list, who matches that list, would they want you? Do you eat right? Do you exercise? Do you take care of your body? Do you show up like the prize that you say you are? I've never seen nobody wants a dusty trophy, right? Nobody wants a dusty trophy. The trophy, the prize is something to be admired and that everybody's trying to get, right? Your mate should be somebody that other people are looking at. Fellas, your lady should be somebody that other people want. Ladies, your man should be somebody that the other ladies say, well, look at here. Look at, oh, she got her a handsome man. Yeah, right? Climbing up. My man, love Dr. Rob. Are you in the house? You ready? He's coming through in a minute. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let me bring my man in. Love Dr. Rob is in the building. Woo. What's happening, good brother?
Man, you setting the tone in there, right? You setting the tone.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Hey, man, go ahead and introduce yourself to our folks here, and we're going to keep this conversation rolling.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am Robert Noden, the Love Dr. Rob, author of the book, He Can't Love You, the coach that teaches you how to look out for red flags so you don't waste your time with somebody who's only wasting your time. And that's pretty much me. Life coach, relationship advisor, things of that nature. Anything to make love a little bit better and a whole lot more wholesome.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now today, love Dr. Rob, you are right on time. Today we talking about it. Why can't I find love? I was at a conference this weekend on Saturday, and I heard a lady there. She was in her late 50s. She said, I loved Rob, follow this. She said, I love the Lord. Not late 50s. I want to say maybe early 50s. Either way. She said, I love the Lord. I'm sold out to God. I have, she said, I'm saved, right? But she said, it's not working in the love department. The love of Jesus is working, but the
love ain't working.
But the love ain't working, right?
Yes, Lord.
And I can hear it in her voice, right? Rob, she sound tired. She had that sound, that sound, like.
What you mean?
So talk to me. Yeah.
Well, the problem is that after you encounter what you thought was love several times over, you start to believe that either love don't exist or it don't want you. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for you to get to a place where you can still believe after so many years of it not showing up. You know, and sometimes if we want to be honest about it, sometimes you just get loved out. You know what I'm saying? You poured so much love out that by you not getting it back, it's hard for you to still believe that there's an opportunity to love. And then when you lose the belief in it, it can never show up. And even when it does, you're so skeptical that you won't even believe that it's actually there.
Yeah. And you know, it's very difficult, man. When you start losing that belief that love is possible, man. You know, one of the dangers of that, Rob, is that you start losing hope, right? And so
Really.
you stop doing the things that possibly could get you what it is that you want. You like this list. You stop going to places. You start staying at the house, watching your reality shows, and you watching Housewives of Atlanta, and you wishing that you had their life, right? Even, but some of
And
them,
they wishing they had yours.
exactly, they wish they had some quiet and peace. All right, and um, so I think that it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy for a lot of people. After a while, if you don't see the fulfillment of the thing that you desired and prayed for.
That's a fact. And Kelvin, the scary part about it is that once, especially for women, when they start seeing or when they start feeling like it's not going to show up, they begin to lower their standards, right? And then they begin to accept anything that may look and appear to be love, even when it's not. That's when you start having those women that are settled for those casual dates and those friends with benefits because it allows me not to have an expectation. So I don't get disappointed. I don't get my heart broken. You know what I mean? And so when that starts to happen, now you have more baggage to deal with. And then it really becomes hard to find love because you created all this other stuff that comes up. Well, the last one I was with, he didn't want love either. And this one didn't want it, and all he wanted was sex, and all he wanted. And you don't even realize that some of those men only wanted that because that's all you expected them to want anyway.
Fact, fact. Yes, it is. That is a fact. So how about my list, Rob? Let me. I want to hear your perspective on this. These was the 7 reasons why love hasn't happened. Places, like talk to me about that. How important is it, place wise? Now, is it important? Now, some people are asking, like, should I get on the plane and move to a metropolitan area? Is it my little small town? Can I find love in this little raggedy town, this little 5-block town each way? Like, do I need to make a move and change my environment in that way to find love?
Kelvin, as I was listening to the list, when you were talking about places, one thing that I realized is this, that for us, we're creatures of habit, right? We go to places that are comfortable to us. We go to places that are familiar and where we know people, right? And we don't even realize that we're going back to the same spot frequently. The thing for me is if you're looking for something different from what you've been finding, you have to go to somewhere different. It doesn't matter if you travel outside of your town, just travel outside of your comfort zone because the person that you're actually looking for is probably somewhere else. You have to ask yourself, I think, like, you have to ask yourself, the person you're looking for, where would they go? You know what I'm saying? You definitely can't sit inside, like you said. The UPS man might be coming, but he ain't coming for you. He coming to drop something off. If he happens to see you, cool, but he's not looking for you. He going and these days Amazon to drop your package and get back in the car before you get to the door.
Yes, sir.
So you gonna miss him. But I
Look,
think you have to.
hey, Rob, they come to drop something off, not pick nothing up.
You heard me? You heard me? So, but I think that you have to make yourself accessible. You have to be out and about so somebody can see you, somebody can notice you, and hopefully you put yourself in a place where that somebody is somebody of value. You know what I mean? If you go into the clubs looking for your Mr. Right or your Miss Right, you might find them in there. It's not a great chance you're gonna find them in there, but you might. But if you go to somewhere like a museum, or even if you try new things, because I think one of the things that we don't do is try new things in new places, even if you go by yourself, because you never know who you're gonna meet that is also there by themselves, you know. So definitely get out. I ain't saying you gotta travel, and I'm not where if your city is only 5 blocks, chances are you already know everybody within 5 blocks in each direction.
Right.
So come on, you've already tried all them, but definitely you gotta get out and about and get familiar with something other than what's normal to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. And there's look, and if you need to move, go ahead and move. You are not
If
a
that-
tree, you know, and you can be anywhere. All right, number two, being unmotivated, right? And this goes along with that, just that feeling like all hope is like kind of hope is floating away, you know. And listen, you could be a party up person. I know people who like they party on their birthday, but the next day they like, shh. Like really, they feeling like, man, this is
Say,
this.
Kevin, I don't know the last time you had to actually date, right? But at being relationship coaches and dating coaches, there's something that we both know. When you listen to your clients, the dating pool and what's out there right now, it will lead you to depression. It'll have you to the point where, I mean, I'm not going out there. I don't have the energy to go through the same things over and over again. But my thing is, you still have to believe that love exists. Even in the midst of all this craziness and confusion, you have to know that love is still out there and you have to remain motivated. It's the same thing as looking for a job. Just because you got turned down by a job doesn't mean that the job that's for you is not out there,
Right.
you know? And so you have to have that same motivation. I know it's out there. I just got to get it. I know it's out there. I just got to get it. If you lose your keys in your house, you don't just go, you know what, forget them keys. I ain't going to never find them. You have to leave the house. So you
Right.
don't keep looking at, and you're motivated because you got to go to the store, you got to go to your job, you got to. So you're going to keep looking until you find those keys.
Correct.
You have to keep looking until you find love. I just think that you have to be conscious about how you put yourself out there when you're looking. You have to stay motivated because there is somebody who really wants to love you.
Yeah, yeah. Rob, you know what? You just triggered a thought in me. Yesterday, I couldn't find my wallet. Right,
Hmm.
and you know, the family wanted pizza. Okay, so they ordered the pizza, and I couldn't find my wallet. Man,
Hmm.
and listen, the house, we got kind of a tight ship, right? So
Right.
it's not like it's surrounded by trash and like there's stuff everywhere. Like it's a tight ship, right? So it could only be but so many places. Man, I went outside. So the listen to this. I already knew that I had to have my wallet, right? I can't pay for the food. I can't be out here driving with no ID, right?
Right.
And not to mention, like I just don't feel right if I don't have my money and my wallet, right?
Come
And
on, man.
and so I went looking at the last place where I thought I drove this car. I went to the living room. I sat down here. I went upstairs to the bedroom. I was in here, and I was in those three places. So guess what I kept doing, Rob? I
Your
kept
wallet.
I kept going. Look,
I find it.
I'm like this. And look, around the family, they're like, "You still looking for that wallet?" I said, "Yeah." And if you wanted some pizza, you would help me
You be
too.
looking for it too. Yes.
Right, right.
Yes.
And so when I had one flash thought, I said, "Wait a minute. I know my hands was full when I came in the house.
Come on now.
where, where would I put my wallet if my hands was full? Had my shoes in my hand, had this in my hand. I said, you know what? I know where they are. They was in my shoes, sitting right
Come
at the
on.
door, waiting for me. They was at the door, the shoes at the door, right there next to the door, and
And you know the crazy part is sometimes that's where love is too. Right in front of you. You
right
just
there.
can't see it.
It's right there,
Right there.
right
Right
there.
there.
You don't walk past it 10 times. You don't went here and went there, and you
You
just
know,
missed it.
not to jump off subject, but just because it's right there. I think that, sometimes we are so affixated to a type right? We're so fixated on the type that we can't see the love when it shows up. You know what I mean? We know what we like, even though what we like been failing us over and over and over again. But I like it.
I like
But
it.
I like it. But I like it. But I like it. And sometimes what you like is not healthy for you. Sometimes that you want it don't mean that's what you need.
Right.
And when you get to the point where you realize, you know what? Sometimes what I like is just not good for me.
Right. Or
You
it
have
was
to,
or it once was good for me, but no
but
more.
now, but I think this, and you know, we have a great back and forth on a lot of occasions. I believe, right, that what you want sometimes, right, could be good to you in that moment, but it's only good to you in a teaching aspect.
Mm.
I know you want this, but let me show you, let me give it to you so you can see that it's not what you need and you shouldn't want it. You know
Mm.
what I mean? My dad had a friend, and I never forget, he was diagnosed with cirrhosis of the liver. So they told him that he needed to stop drinking. While he was in the hospital, he stopped drinking, but after he got out of the hospital, every chance he could get, he'd sneak him a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, he ended up dying,
Mm-hmm.
right? But it was because he never got to the point that he realized, as good as drinking was to him, it wasn't any good for him.
Right. Right. Right.
Mhm.
Fact.
So
Yeah, definitely. On point. On point. All right, let me move along on this. Number 3 was poor promotion of the product. You are the product, but you promote it in a bad way.
again, looking at the dating pool and looking at what's out here, right? I think that, you know, sometimes sometimes you present yourself in two different ways. One, you're overselling, right?
Mm.
Because you're going out there and you have yourself so exposed that whether I know a lot of times when I say this, I get a backlash from women because they, but let me say it anyway. So a lot of times I'll say, I don't care how old he is, if he sees you half dressed, it awakens that little boy in him,
Mm.
right? So when you out there and you got everything out, he doesn't think, oh my God, she's gonna make the perfect wife for me. He's not. You know what I mean? And so because he automatically sets himself up for what he thinks you are, he puts himself in a position where he doesn't allow himself to connect with you, right? So now you've oversold and you end up, you know, kind of bogging yourself down and giving some stuff away, but not getting what you want, right? And then there's those other women who are like, I'm not gonna deal with nobody. You got the mean face on. Yeah, I got this in my face. If he won't talk to me, he gonna talk to me anyway. I'm scared. I'm
Mm.
scared. You look like you have emptied out all your shelves. There is no more love in the store here, right? So there has to be something open about you and something receptive. There has to be something that says, I'm open to conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm all for making sure you let people know that, look, I'm not here for the games, but at the same time, you have to notice that sometimes even window shoppers make purchases,
Mm.
right? So somebody might come out and meet you, and when they meet you, based on your personality, even if they weren't thinking about a long-term relationship, something could be triggered in that moment that makes them want to go to the counter and purchase what you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Good stuff there. Let's move on to number 4. Clutter on the road. You can't find what you're looking for because it's somebody's already there. Somebody already got the passenger seat. And
You know, I say this all the time, Kelvin. There are so many people, and this male and female, that are afraid to move forward. Yeah, I mean, you keep going back to the same person, and they give you the same results,
mhm.
right? And so the person who really wants to be there, they see the other person, they're not coming. You know what I'm saying? They're not interrupting what you already have. Apparently, you're happy there. So
Mm.
when they see that, they're gonna move on. And And that person cannot be there physically, but emotionally and mentally, they're in your conversation.
Yeah.
They're in your movement. They're in your actions. And now you're spending more time in your head with them than you are with the person who would like to be there. So you keep everything closed off. You're unapproachable because some you ever met a woman who looked like she was in a relationship?
Yes.
Is she carrying herself as if she was in a relationship? But
Mm-hmm.
the only thing she was in a relationship with was the guy who had just broken up with her. It's weird, but it happens. So sometimes when you're breaking up with that person, you have to break up with the baggage, And again, realizing that what's there is not always good for you, and sometimes letting go, like how there's that picture where they has the person holding on extremely tight to the rope, and you see it hurt their hand and everything, but the minute they let it go, their hand eases up and the pain's gone. Sometimes what you're holding on to is causing you way more pain and causing you a whole lot more losses than you need to take.
Yeah, man. But listen, it's scary sometimes to let go of what you know is hurting you for fear of what happens after you let go.
But
Sometimes that's the challenge.
see, that's where educating yourself comes into play at. Because I tell people this all the time, Kelvin. If you're honest about it, go through a list of your exes. I guarantee you, whether you believe it or not, if there's only one trait, but there's gonna be more, but even if there's just one trait, all of them have something in common because there's something that you're drawn to, right? So sometimes you have to sit down and figure out what that is and then go, okay, yes, this is a good quality, but this came with this, and this. So I have to let this go so I can get this plus this. Like you have to start doing the math on it. And if it ain't adding up, you got to subtract that person from your life.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I totally believe that a good situation for you has to be addition and multiplication. And if they cause them division and subtraction, then it's the wrong thing for you.
Wrong equation. The
Yeah,
formula's not adding up.
it's not adding up. Number 5 is timing. Talk to me about timing.
Okay. See, timing, sometimes we meet people at the wrong time, right? And it's possible. We've encountered people, and man, if I had met them just a few years later, or man, if I had met them at just a different time. When I hear that, all I hear is I haven't grown to the point where I can get the person I deserve. Sometimes we are the problem. We are the off time. We run in late. We either too early or too late in the situation, right? But the fact of the matter is, it's been presented to you. If we sit down and we think back, even now in your married lives and whatnot, if you're married, you can still go, there was this person that I met that if I had been on time with them, maybe I would have, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to, I think you have to not start or stop the clock. You just got to let the clock run. And so when you meet that person, you have to be in that moment. Look at it like this. Sometimes people go on dates and they're like, "Oh, I wonder if he gonna be a good man. I wonder if he's gonna be a good husband." You don't even know if he's gonna be good for the second date,
Right.
right? So in that moment, you're rushing it, right? But just have fun, enjoy the moments, right? Because time is gonna take care of itself
Right.
in due time. If it's truly love, whenever it shows up, it's always the right time.
Always. Always the right time.
Always.
Yes, sir. Timing. So number 6 is self-love example. This is something that I talk about a lot. Just your ability to show the person what you expect. How you expect to be treated. I don't know who, maybe Maya Angelou or somebody like that said that you teach people how to treat you. You teach
Yes, Lord.
people how to treat you. So talk to me about that. Self-love
You
example.
know, again, the self-love, I believe, right? Anything, and I say this wholeheartedly, anything that you want somebody else to do for you, you better be doing for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it. I mean, I think that you should pamper yourself, take care of yourself, send yourself on trips, put yourself in a position where you make yourself feel good. Because if I meet you and you're on that level with yourself, I know that that's where the bar has been set. And I
Mm-hmm.
have to get to that point. I have to at least meet you there to become a part of your life,
Right.
right? I say this before, and again, sometimes I get a lot of backlash for things I say, but I'm just honest. If every time I see you or every time I talk to you, you at Burger King or McDonald's, right? And then you're talking like these are gourmet restaurants. Oh yeah, every time I go out to eat, I go to McDonald's. Well, when I take you out to eat and we pull up to McDonald's, don't be upset,
Right.
right? Now, can I expose you to something different? Yes. But if I know this is what you like, why not start here?
Right.
So if you're treating yourself a certain way, when I come in, I know you're not going to accept anything less. So I think that the self-love is so important that you don't even realize that people are learning from you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think like you hear people talk, oh, I haven't had a vacation in years. Well, I haven't done this for my, I don't even get my hair done no more. Okay, okay. When you how you gonna be attracted to you? How's he gonna approach you? Listen, that bonnet and that muumuu and them house shoes only going so far.
They
Like
yeah, so far nowhere. That's where they going.
nowhere, nowhere. You get up, it's 12 in the afternoon. You go in the grocery store and you see she has a pretty face, and she looks like you want her to look, but she looked like she had to drag herself out of the bed to come to the store. Like like it looks like her life is in turmoil. And yes, somebody will approach her, but the likelihood of that person having a real "I want to love you" agenda is going to be slim and none, because that presentation doesn't say, "Man, I love myself."
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? My
Look,
mother, hey, God is my witness. My mother one time, man, I'm a quick story. My mother, she used to have migraine headaches, right? So one day she woke me up. It was like 3 in the morning. I need you to drive me to the emergency room. I get up. We go into the emergency room. I throw on some joggers, throw on a t-shirt, got my tennis shoes. I walk out the room, and I'm like, "Are you ready to go?" And she's sitting in a mirror curling her hair. You said you have to go to the emergency room. She said, "Boy, I work around them people. I can't go around them no any kind of way." Even in the midst of her headache, she was not going to allow herself to leave home looking any kind of way, because she felt, that much value about herself and the people she was around, that she wouldn't allow herself to be presented any type of way. So
yes.
if you want something, you have to look like you love yourself and care about yourself every time you dot your door.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I was talking to a friend that my girl Demetria that's on here, and she was telling me about somebody that she had a conversation with, a man, and my man said, I don't even shop at Walmart, right? He was like,
Okay.
and there was somebody else who was like of that caliber. He was like, I've never been in Walmart. And you're
Hmm.
thinking to yourself, everybody's been to Walmart, right?
Right.
But
Right.
a person who has a standard that's higher than Walmart, it never even crosses his mind. He don't go to Target neither. For y'all who's saying, well, I don't go there either. I go to Target. like it don't even cross his mind because it's not a part of who he is. And so that young lady, look at this, Rob, the young lady that you just described that's in Walmart with the bonnet on and the pajamas and the house shoes, right?
Mhm.
If you are a high value, high quality man, and you go up to her, right, and you say, hey, you look beautiful today. I just wanted to come over here and meet you. How you doing? She would think there was something wrong with you.
Exactly.
She
Yeah.
would be like,
How beautiful. And I come out here looking like this. You just trying to run a game. You just playing games.
yeah. Or she would think like this dude must be nuts. He must be out of his mind. How could he think that I was beautiful? Look at me. You know?
You know, it's it's a lose-lose situation. But
It
you know,
is.
you have to again, that it's all about your presentation.
Yes, sir. Self-love example. You showing them the example. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
got
All right, let me move on. Give you number 7. I'm getting you guys that listen. I'm getting love Coach Rob's love Dr. Rob's opinion on these 7 reasons why love has not occurred or has not shown up. And I'm gonna after this, Rob, I'm gonna go to the questions. We got a lot of questions on the Facebook side. I'm gonna pop in over there and answer some of those questions. So number 7 is self-confidence. Self-confidence. One of the
man,
the 7th reason why love we
man,
haven't found love.
yo, as men, you know, and this is a platform that I'm working on right now, right? And what I would like to do is I would like to educate women on the mindset and the psyche of men, right? Because we teach women all the time how to deal with men who don't know how to appreciate them, but we don't always talk to them about the man who really wants to value and appreciate them, right? If you don't believe in you, he can't believe in you, right? If you don't feel like you're of a high value, he's probably not going to place that high value on you, right? And if you don't believe that somebody's going to be able to come in and love you, guess what? They won't. So the whole time you're pessimistic and I don't think this is going to happen, and I don't think, and you're speaking that into your life.
Mm-hmm.
So even when it wants to come to you, it won't be drawn to you because you don't believe in it, right? The self-confidence part is, I know I'm worthy of being loved. I know somebody's going to love me. I know this is going to come to me, right? And what people don't realize is, if you involve yourself in enough relationships with people who don't value you, you'll begin to not value yourself. You will start to question yourself. Well, am I worthy? Should I have? Can I have? So you have to sometimes I tell people, when you're leaving relationships, you really have to do a detox and a deep cleansing. I said this the other day on Facebook. I say, after some breakups, you have to do like a bleach. You got to clean your soul with some bleach and holy water to get back right. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, you really have to take time to yourself and rebuild yourself, because broken relationships can break you, but you have to remain confident in the value of yourself and who you are as a person and what you're bringing to the table, because that will dictate what you get out of that other person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what's up. So I got my girl Gwen. I just met Gwen over the weekend, and she's coming on. I'm gonna bring Gwen on just to introduce Gwen. She's in the green room back here, and then I do want to address these questions and these comments that was stated here. So let me bring Gwen on in here. What's going on, Gwen?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Good, good, good. Gwen, this is Love Dr. Rob, and welcome to the show. How are you?
Thank you, thank you. I'm doing great, doing great. A
Good,
little
good, good.
nervous right here.
No
Oh,
reason to be nervous.
Don't be.
We helping folk out here. We here to help some folk. All right. So let me grab a couple of these comments. I got a lot of comments on the Facebook side. My girl Monique Danielle, met her this weekend. She was talking about talked about timing. She said, "That's me. Maybe a little clutter." Gwen is in here. All right. All right. Here we go. She's got a statement here. She says, "But we do think men want to hear about us being superwoman, and it's definitely not it." Um. Yes. Yeah. Look, hey Gwen. She said she totally disregarded Dunkin' Donuts today.
yeah.
Understood. All right. Look, now my man Kenny's got a question, y'all. I want y'all to catch this question. He said, "When people say they are looking for love, it always confuses me. How can I be looking for someone to care about me more than I do?" What you think about that, Rob?
You know what that whole like stop looking for it. And I understand what he's saying. I think when you tell a man or when you tell anybody you're looking for love, that puts a lot of pressure on that person, right? Like I'm just not meeting you. I gotta love you right now. Is there a time frame on when I'm supposed to love you? Like how much should I love you now, and how much can I love you later? Like just allow it to happen. Stop looking for love and look for enjoyment. I think like we have we really need a class on how to date properly
Mm,
because everybody's dating looking for love, but love is supposed to evolve and find you.
hmm.
You don't have to go looking for it. When you find the right person, love will find you. So if you go out, you're enjoying the dating scene, you're having fun, and you meet somebody who you want to interact with a little more than the others, and next thing you know, they're really standing out. And over time, now y'all have really become best friends, and y'all always interacting with each other, and it's evolved into that relationship organically. Love has found you. You don't have to go looking for it. If you go looking for it, you probably gonna run it off.
Yes, absolutely true. Absolutely true. I always tell them, I say, look, just be open to love, right? Don't
Yeah.
say I'm looking for love necessarily, but I'm open to love. I'm open to receiving all that love has to do. So just like what you just said, I totally believe. It, Start with the things that you say you love now, right?
Yes.
If you say I love going hiking, right? When's the last time you've been hiking? I love playing basketball. When's the last time you played basketball? Oh, I love like do if you say that you love it, get into it, right? Get into the thing that you say you're passionate about. And I believe, Rob, that I believe that passion begets more passion. Passion is attractive. When a person is really passionate about the thing that they do, they draw a crowd. You ever see somebody who's really into skates? Like they look like from skates from back in the day. Like they can do all the skate tricks,
Yes, Lord.
cross legs and all that, right? They make you want to skate. They make you want to get to know them because they're so passionate about that thing that they're into.
Man, I'm telling you, my wife got a pair of skates right now that she bought because she saw somebody skating. She been on them twice. She had them a year. I'm telling you, it will make you want. It does make you want to skate. I'm telling
Make
you.
you want to
So
skate.
you're right. When you're passionate about it, it will draw you into it.
Absolutely. So get passionate about the thing that you say that you're passionate about, and I'm telling you, you become attractive. You become even more attractive than any lipstick or any new dress could ever do for you. And that goes for the guys too. Like if you say you're passionate about it, do the thing. Go to the piano classes or the guitar or whatever it is that you're doing, but make your life interesting. The last thing you want to do is be boring. And nobody is attracted to a boring person. So,
Hey, hello, Kelvin. What are you doing? Just sitting here. You're not going out. You're not doing. I'm just letting the TV watch me. I'm just sitting here. Yeah, I'm not gonna call you back. I don't want. I don't even want to talk to you at that point.
right, right.
So, so
All
can
right,
I
Gwen,
interject right there?
I'm ready for you. Gwen, how you doing? Come on in, jump in on this. So, Gwen is open to love. Is that right, Gwen?
Yes, I am open to love. However, I am living my life. And
Okay.
so I'm in total agreement with what Coach Rob just said. You have to, and both of you just said, you have to go ahead and live your life and love your life. And that was a hard thing for me to learn because I'm 61 now.
Mhm.
I got married at 51 and I got divorced at 54, I believe it was. But prior to, I was very involved, like you said, very involved in the church and just busy, 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 doing so much and not really paying attention. But I wasn't really loving me. I wasn't really taking care of me and enjoying my life. I was just busy doing a lot of things. So after my divorce, I go back to what Coach Rob was saying earlier. I had to destruct everything that was built up because I was so hurt. And it wasn't because I was so in love so much, but it was just the process. It was just the whole process. And so when I broke that down, I had to then learn how to really love myself and how to live for myself. I,
Mhm.
I stopped living so much for the church itself. I still love Jesus. I am an ordained minister, elder in the church, all of that. And I love Jesus. I do all of that. But I also learned that there was a lot that I had to do to love me, and it would make me more lovable to someone else as well. And the
So Gwen,
scripture that Rob brought it out, not so much as the scripture, but the scripture that people talk about a lot of times, where the Bible says, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. That really just, it doesn't necessarily mean that a man has to go around looking for a wife, but when he finds somebody that is wife worthy, he finds a good thing. And
yeah,
so she is already built inside of herself to be a loving wife, to be someone that can love him as a husband. And that's a good thing that he found.
yeah.
Girl,
That's
come on
it.
now, preach,
That's it.
preacher.
Preach, preach. Gwen, so tell me this though. Why do you think it? Had you been married before? So never been married before. So why do you think it took till 50 to finally decide that like this is my time has come and I'm ready to do this?
I had all of those. I had that list. I had that stipulation list. I had, they couldn't be this, they couldn't be that, they couldn't do this, they couldn't do that. I had all of that,
Mhm,
and I really didn't see anybody worthy.
mhm,
Not that I thought I was so great,
mhm,
but I didn't want to deal with this. I didn't want to deal with that. I didn't even want to deal with anybody that was divorced and had been married before. And that's exactly what I married, a divorcee.
mhm,
Of course, at 51, you can't find so many things. But,
mhm.
it was
Yeah,
so many
hey Gwen,
things.
Gwen, they tell me if it's a man who's never been married and he hits 50, he most likely won't get married or he won't stay married.
Got
That's what
some
they tell
problems, right?
me. Yeah,
And
he's a problem.
that's one of the reasons why I marked that off my list. I was like, well, at this point, but he had been divorced for like 28 years or something like that.
Mm,
So, it was different. And I think one of the big problems that we had as a couple was we did not take enough time to get to know each other. So it goes back to what you all were talking about, like Rob said a few minutes ago. Stop trying to look for love and allow, not that you're not looking for love, you definitely want love, but don't push for love. Push to get to know somebody, push to spend time together and to learn each other and all of that. And then you will have time to really develop a relationship. And then in that relationship, you can develop love. And
yeah.
I did not
You,
do that.
you said a mouthful right there. And I think, again, when we talk about understanding the principles of dating, it's ironic. I've seen a lot of women who go, this is my best male friend right here, right? We do everything together. We tell each other everything, and we're just that close. And I'm like, well, why aren't y'all in a relationship?
Right.
Oh, no, and mess up the friendship? Well, that's the relationship you want to cultivate in your
Right.
marriage. So if you have it in your, but see, again, that's us not recognizing what is good for us
Hmm.
as opposed what is good to us. I don't know if you guys have ever thought about this, but do you realize that what you like, you started liking as a child when you didn't even know what your likes were supposed to be?
Mm.
Most of that we've held on to since we were teenagers or really young. Oh, I know I like this. And when you got older, you liked it so much that you wouldn't even allow yourself to grow into new likes, new
Mm.
things. And I tell people, even if you think about the food you eat, very few people are willing and open enough to try new stuff and develop a palate for a new taste.
Correct.
We do the same thing in relationships and people.
Correct. Correct.
So you have to learn how to grow from that and understand, learn how to have fun with the person you with. Because guess what? If that person is not your best friend on your worst day, that person can and will abandon you. Why? Because I haven't found that attachment as a best friend.
Right.
Because you know one thing, your best friend has done some things to tick you off, and the next day, girl, I ain't like when you did that, but girl, let's go shopping. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
but your husband, he do something left, and you like, see, that's why I don't deal with you anyway.
Right. So Gwen, talk to us now. What is it that you want?
Well, I just want somebody that is patient, somebody that can love me for me. Um, and if I'm not everything that they are looking for, just keep moving. Don't waste my time. That's another thing. But then if maybe they see that I am what they're looking for, but maybe I have a missing element, we can work on that. But it takes communication, and that's one of the big things with a lot of marriages that end in divorce. People don't want to communicate. They don't want to deal with the issues and the problems that can be fixed. And I just would love to have somebody who is ready to really just settle down and enjoy life and love.
Yeah, well, good stuff. Love Dr. Rob. Give Gwen a couple pieces of advice, and I'm gonna give her a couple, and then we're gonna let her go for tonight.
Thank you.
All right, cool. Because I did have a question. I did want to ask, do you believe that the I hope you're not wasting my time comes off when you meet people?
Yes, I do. Like I told Kel on this weekend. I don't know if I told him that or if I just said it in conversation, but I did have someone who said to me previously, I didn't think you were open.
And see, the thing is, the again, getting back to just enjoying the moment, right?
Hmm.
Because when you get into the I hope you're not wasting my time phase, what happens is they start they begin to have expectations put in place, right? If he's not doing that, if he's not responding, reacting at a certain time, at a certain pace, you begin to get closed off to him, and you're not as receptive. So now he shuts down and moves on. And you like, see, I knew he was just here wasting my time. When in actuality, you rushing the process made him move on, right?
Right.
Enjoy the dating scene, because as you say, you're living your life.
Mhm.
And if you think about it with your friendships, you didn't start off loving your friends, but over time it grew into love. With the relationship side of things, it has to be the same way. And men sense that. See that I hope you're not wasting my time. That comes off as a form of desperation.
Mhm.
Now I'm not only pressured into rushing the dating side of it, I'm rushing the relationship side of it. Now I'm rushing into marriage, and then you end up with a failed marriage, right? And what happens is, now when you put that stop back on and you rushing stuff, when you rushing a relationship process, I'm rushing a sex process. Now my expectations are escalated, because guess what? If I'm gonna hurry up and get to where you want to be, you gotta hurry up and get to where I want to be, and you don't
Right.
want to be rushed either. So
Right.
just enjoy life, and like you said, you're enjoying your life. Enjoy all of it, the dating part too.
Everything.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
stuff. Good stuff. So the piece of advice I want to give is first I want to just ask a question. Do the people in your life know that you are available?
Um, the people. I
I
don't
mean,
know a whole lot of single guys.
well, I'm not talking about single guys. I'm talking about the people at work. I'm talking about the people in your family. Do they know that you're open to love? We call it open to love, not looking for love, but open to love. Do they know that you are open to love?
I don't really, I don't really talk about it a whole lot.
Aha.
Someone did ask me recently because they wanted to introduce me to someone or whatever, and they, passed my information on to that person.
Yeah.
People ask me sometimes, but I don't get a lot of conversation about it. So,
Okay. So that kind of goes into my number 3 on this list here. Did you
okay.
take notes? You take notes on the list? On the list? Okay. Number 3 was poor promotion of the product. Right? So I want you to consider yourself as the product. You consider yourself and as the product has to, in order to sell the product, it has to be, people have to know it exists, right?
Right.
So that means putting yourself in situations in
Mhm.
new rooms,
Mhm.
right? So I'm suggesting that you go on something like Eventbrite, finding the events that's going on with the quality of people that you want to be around, right? You show up there and go make friends. Go in there and shake hands. Look, you might not be a real estate titan. You might just rent out your Airbnb. You might have an Airbnb. Well, go down to the real estate folks
Right.
and go in there and make friends. You have no idea what happens next.
Absolutely.
So stop hiding the product. Nobody can buy the product if they can't see the product. And you are the product. So you got to believe in the product.
Mhm.
You hide the product if you don't believe in the product. But if you believe that the product works, you say, hey, this works. Hey, you need some of this right here in your life. Okay. You feel
Sounds
me?
good. Sounds
So
good.
don't stop hiding the product and put the product out. Make sure, like Rob said, mama curl her hair to go down to the emergency room. Right? I love that. Like keeping yourself right and tight and being what that guy wants, not just
Mhm.
what him being what you want off the
Right.
laundry list, but you being what he wants. And I think it's going to win for you. You have a beautiful spirit about you.
Thank you.
No,
Thank you.
I'm here on screen with you, and I've been sitting next to you, and I can tell you that
You see it,
um,
huh? That smile. That smile is inviting.
it is. It is.
Thank you. Thank you. See, you
Yes.
weren't there yesterday when I talked about that part. And that was something that I had to work on. That smile. I had to
Smiling.
work on that. Yeah. So I'm working towards it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. You just do it
Thank
for
you
no
so
reason.
much.
Thank you so much for coming, Wayne.
All right.
All right.
Bye
Bye
bye.
bye. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, what do you think of that? What's your thoughts, Rob? What you think of that?
You know what? You know what? I think that again, the fact that she realizes where she went wrong was very, very important. But also, like I said, paying attention to what it is you're doing that may be like distracting people and pushing them away. I think a lot of times when you get to that point where I want to love, I want it love, I want love right now, it forces people to withdraw from you because that's a lot of pressure. What if I let you down? What if I fail you? What if I'm not the person you need me to be? Or what if I start loving you and then you realize this ain't the love you want? It's a lot of pressure. So, I think that more people just have to learn to relax and again enjoy the dating process.
Yes, 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 yes. And not only the dating process, right? I believe that you have to love yourself deeply,
But
even check this out, even while you're in a relationship, right? Because there's some people I'm hearing these stories, and I know it to be true that there are some people, especially for us men, right, who like you married a girl, you marry her, and then we'll go on autopilot, and we just say, oh well, I got her now, she's with me, and nobody else want her. Then she ain't nobody else checking for her, really.
But again, you know what though? The thing is though, and see, my wife is good at this, but you have to also still date yourself while you're in a relationship too. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You still have to, you again, still showing that self-love and that self-care. You still have to take yourself out at times. You still have to, have that woosah moment where it's just you doing what you have to do for yourself. You know what I mean? Because again, it prompts somebody else to not be so complacent. You know
Mm.
what I mean? And make sure that bar is still set. And so when I say enjoy the process of dating, I mean all the way throughout, whether it's with your mate or with yourself, or going out with your girlfriends, like you still have to be in the process because you're always changing and you're always learning new things. And if you experience something new, you can enlighten me and bring me into it. And now we have another bonding moment, right?
Mhm.
We created a new moment that we can share with each other, and it allows you to keep growing forward. So
Yeah.
that's why I think, like, again, the all of the principles that you laid out, along with just being able to be open to experience new things, new ideas, new places, new concepts, that will keep you like that will keep a radiant light on you to where people will be drawn to you.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yeah. So, as we wrapping up here today, Rob, I wanna just encourage somebody. Um, you know, it's not over. The last thing didn't work. The last situation didn't work. It's not over. I know you took pictures with the person, like you told everybody that our
This is
time
coming.
has come. Look at God. you know, like you thought that this was it, and it wasn't. But I'm telling you, life goes on, love goes on, and the opportunity for love is here, and it's coming. So act like you are getting ready to go on a trip.
Mm-hmm.
How do you act when you get ready to go on a trip, right? If I say, you know what, we going to go visit Hollywood for Christmas, right? You start preparing ahead of time. You don't wait
Mm-hmm.
for December to get here to start saying, you know what, I might need a suitcase. I might need whatever it is, right? You start preparing ahead of time. Where am I going to stay? How am I going to get there? What are the steps that I need to be at? How much money do I need to save? What am I going to do when I get there? Right? All these things are things that show that a person is actually going somewhere. If you ain't
Mm-hmm.
doing nothing and it's Thanksgiving roll around and you have done nothing that says that in a few weeks you're gonna be in Hollywood, you're gonna be other side of the country or what somewhere, nobody would believe that you're going, that this is actually happening. And guess who else don't believe it? You really don't believe it, right? So if you believe it, start preparing, start acting like it. Hey Rob, there's this true story. This lady who was desiring a mate. She said, "You know what? I'm just tired of being by myself. I'm desiring a mate." So she asked this coach. She told the coach. She said, "I want to mate." The coach said, "Do you really want to mate?" She said, "Yeah, I really want to mate." He said, "Here, do what I'm telling. Are you willing to do what I'm going to tell you to do?" She said, "Yeah, I'm willing to do it. I'll do." She said, "I'll do anything within reason. I mean, like, what do I have to lose at this point, right?" He said, "Go in your closet and take out half the clothes. Just go in your closet, take out half the clothes, and put them somewhere else." Right? She said, "Okay." So she went home and did it. Next time, she said, "All right, what else do I got to do?" He said, "Start when you sleeping on the bed. Do you sleep all over the bed or you sleep on one side?" She said, "I sleep all over the bed. I'm in the bed by myself." He said, "Start sleeping on one side of the bed as if you are sleeping with
Yeah.
another individual." with this love of your life. So she started doing that. The next week she went there. She said, look, I did it. I mean, it was tough sleeping on one side of the bed, but I did it. Next time he said, at dinner time, do you just eat dinner and watch a TV, or, sitting there, you and the TV? She said, yeah. He said, from now on, start setting the table as if you're having dinner with your mate. He said, even set a place setting for your mate. For a place setting for you, bring out the forks, the spoons, like all the stuff, and set it up as if you are having this time with your mate. Right?
Mm-hmm.
She went and did it. And she said, I can't believe it. In less than 6 months, there was a man in her life. The man asked to marry her, and they were like married within a year. And the man had his clothes now in the closet. The
Right
man
next to her.
was right next to hers. My man is now sleeping in the bed next to her. My man is having dinner in the place that was set for him ahead of time. In the place she made room for. She made room for.
Right.
Yeah. What you think about that?
That's factual though. That's nothing more than a law of attraction. If you believe it, it has to happen, right? So, and that's what I alluded to earlier. A lot of people are in places where they're like, I've given up on it. I don't think love ain't found me yet. But if you lose faith in it, if you lose belief in it, how's it ever gonna come to you? You have to stay strong in your faith. You have to.
Yeah.
The only way you're gonna get it.
And you know what? We talk about this this faith idea, but what it really just is believing in that which does not exist yet. Can you believe in that which does not exist yet?
Yeah.
Can you hold on for what? Hey, put yourself, do all these things that we talked about. You increase. I wonder if anybody's really taking notes on this and really going to apply some of these things to their lives. Because if you do these 7 things that we just talked about here tonight, you are really going to bring yourself at least in the space where the right partner will find you. It is
Let the church say amen.
Let the church say amen. Amen. All right, Rob, give us your final words and let us know how they can follow you, how they can get to know you more, and even if you got some products or some services to sell, it's your opportunity right now.
Well, thank you. Y'all forgive me for my lighting because my lighting went out today. But I am Love Dr. Rob, relationship advisor, life coach. You can catch me on Instagram at Love Dr. Rob, spelled all the way out, or you can catch me on Facebook at Robert Nolden. Just like my name is spelled on the screen. There's me and my father. Please do not click on that old man because I am not responsible if he start giving y'all relationship advice. I'm just telling y'all now, he'll do it now. Like I said, I have the book. He Can't Love You, and it talks about all of the things that men go through and the baggage that they carry that will render them incapable of loving you at a certain period in life. It's helped a lot of people. You can go again on Instagram, click the link in my bio, and the book is available. Also, the life coaching services are available. And that's me in a nutshell. Working on a new book and a few new ideas. Relationship rehab is coming soon, so just stay on the lookout for me and follow me.
Nice. All right, you guys. Well, if you are in need of a session, you want a love coach session, we'll do one-on-one sessions as well. If you have a topic you just want to reach out, if you have a situation and you need to reach out, I got a couple in my inbox, Rob. I need to put those on the show. People dropped a couple of, wanted some advice, so they just sent me an email. They got that one for free. I let them get that one for free, and then I
You the
use it
one
here.
99. Yes, Lord.
Yeah. So if you are just want to reach out, if you got a situation that you want to get some coaching on, you can reach me here, lovecoachatlanta@gmail as well. Jump on the free mini course, Finding the One, at findingtheone.club. Get on the list. I got a course there ready for you to jump into and to be to get going with that. And so the book is coming. I'm working on it, working too much on it. And I just need to go ahead and let it go. I need to just let it fly. You know,
Put it all together. Put it all together.
man, sheesh. But you guys, I appreciate y'all coming. Look, make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button, as well as if subscribe on YouTube. I got plenty more just like this on the YouTube side. So please hit that subscribe button, then hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. Till next time, peace and love. Bye, y'all.
Yes.